Hey everyone, just really quickly before the video starts, I want to just let you know that I actually restarted Ixion from the beginning. So I've determined that the game was just way too above and hard with the default difficulty, and I actually waited several months before the dev team actually released a custom difficulty setting where you got to change all the difficulty sliders and whatnot. I'll put a picture right here of what all that looks like. So in that time, I actually don't have the footage of me ultimately failing my previous run and deciding to start over, nor do I have the said footage of me starting over. However, on the bright side, we are picking right back up on the same chapter, chapter 2, right at the end as we were in the last video. The layout's going to look significantly different in the ship. I apologize for that. I don't literally have the footage. I don't know where it is. I just found out that I don't have it, so we're just going to go with what we have. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. The homesickness penalty, which is why all of a sudden stability wasn't a big problem for me. And that wasn't my intention. I wasn't ever intending to play the game without stability. See, what I thought, and I kind of explained this already, what I thought the homesickness difficulty was, and it's my fault for not reading into it more, was that it was going to remove the -1 permanent stability debuff from missing the Earth. Like Dead Earth Syndrome. That's what I thought it was going to kind of remove. Turns out it removes a lot more than just Dead Earth Sickness. So right now we can see we have Death of the Earth, which is the one penalty you thought it would disable. But these are all labeled as Dead Earth Sickness, Dead Earth Sickness, Dead Earth Sickness, Dead Earth Sickness. Which is kind of funny because something like spending too long in a system, I wouldn't call that Dead Earth Syndrome. Discovering the fate of the Protagoras, I wouldn't call that Dead Earth Syndrome. Leaving the Earth behind and Death of the Earth, yeah, that makes sense, but I thought it would just remove those two. So now we're in a much more difficult predicament than when we were in last time, because now none of my sectors are happy. And we gotta address that now, and we gotta actually like think about that. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to just turn off waste recycling, because I can't afford that stability debuff. So we're going to remove that. We're going to turn on the electronics factory because I'm going to need a lot more circuit boards now to build all these stability things. And I'm not going to be able to get, legislative strengthening center because I haven't been researching it because stability wasn't a problem because of the difficulty settings. So yeah, I just found it a bit of a problem. So now we gotta make a lot of these electronics to hopefully make some more of the centers we need. So before I unpause the game here, we're going to do a little bit of reorganizing because I kind of realized it last time and I was thinking about it before I started, like what to do. So I'm going to move the infirmary center here, which is perfect. It fills up this entire area perfectly. So we're going to put that there. We're going to deconstruct this guy. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to remove these two cryo chambers here, cryo storage. And then that should be enough space to fit in another stability object, right? And then that should be good with this sector. And then we also have to build another something here. And I really wish I could squeeze it in right here. I can put it here. It's a little awkward though. I don't want to put it up against the wall because ideally I want to have mushroom farms up here. I could do it here. But like I said, I want to have mushroom farms. Ideally would have 2. Which means we're going to need to store our waste for recycling. Or bring waste here somehow. Either way, we're going to have to have waste storage somewhere. Now, I can destroy this house here and put the waste thing there, but I'm actually going to use this guy. The stockpile is going to be holding our future waste. Because I told my cargo ships to stop collecting cryopods and putting them here, because it's almost filled up our storage. We've got a little bit left here. And that will be very bad, because if we don't have any storage in our cargo bay here, we can't grab any ice. If we can't grab any ice, we can't make any water. If we can't make any water, we can't support our crop farms. So that's not good. So if we put 2 mushroom walls, I don't think we're going to need more than 2, but you know, who knows? I probably will eat my own words at some point. I'm tempted to put this here. I really wish I had a better placement with my farm, but the farms have to connect to each other. And it's just awkward because of the water guy there, and I probably will end up redesigning this area in the future anyways. So for now, we'll put this guy here. We're going to mark it as high priority. I can't turn it on because I don't have any workers. I don't have enough workers, so we're going to do that. So we have, I don't know, like 50-ish cycles before we lose our trust completely. Oh man, that's gonna be a tough situation. It's a tough situation I thrust myself in because we also want to start training up colonizers, so we can send them off to the last place here, the last planet, and actually do some research. Oh, actually, you know what? Propaganda. Duh. Why would I not do that? Okay, so now we're neutral here. I'm gonna have to get a DHS center here as well. The question is where, though? Oh, man. I also realize that the roads aren't connecting here. I also have to build more solar panels, too, as you can tell by our energy usage. Perfect.
A new policy.
Intense propaganda. Go. There we go. Now we're not bleeding trust as much. I wonder, you know what? I think it's not worthwhile for us to have the recycling plant in here at all. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have mushroom farms over here, right? There's not many buildings that produce waste. The gardens produce waste, and obviously the factory mills here produce waste. And I think the polymer, does a polymer refinery produce waste? It might, it does not. So those are my only waste producing facilities. And obviously if I want to grow mushrooms, I'm going to need a lot of waste. So we're just going to get rid of the recycling. I don't know if it's quite enough space to fit in another docking bay. Oh, the polymer factory, the other polymer factory's in the way. Okay, let's get rid of it. We're going to make this work. Because I'm realizing I need more. Because my cargo ships just don't have a big enough cargo to get me stuff quickly. And I don't think there's any upgrade for that. There might be a little bit. 20% faster, 10% faster, 30% faster, 20% more resources. Okay, 40% more resources, 60% more resources. So there is, but those are all, you know, tier 3 stuff. So we got to finish our outer ring here. We gotta research all of these stuff out here before we can unlock that upgrade, and that's gonna be a while. So I think in the meantime, it's worth our while to build another docking bay and 3 more cargo ships to get some more resources here faster, because we're just gonna keep using them up like candy. Oh, look at that, we're getting 0.1 trust. I consider that winning. Yeah, that is a great victory. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually prep for this colonization. Because we have so much alloy, it makes sense to send the alloy and the food there now, while I have it. The colonists, we can worry about later. Okay, well we can at least do this one. Boring. Look at this little bustling metropolis of industry. Oh, brings a tear to my eye. I can fit in another one of these guys here. I can change the road slightly. Dismantle it here. And then, you know what? Dismantle the whole thing here and have a nice, clean, straight road like that. And then I'll go ahead and put down the other factory building, not that thing, the polymer one, please. Right here, right up against it, which I'll turn off and pause the construction on. We're gonna turn this on. We're gonna start building these other cargo ships, which is gonna help us get resources faster. So the way I want this to work is I want this guy to get us iron and carbon. iron being high priority, carbon being second priority, with one of the 3 cargo ships getting carbon as a high priority. This guy I want to get is silicon as high priority, and then carbon for one of them as high priority. So that way we've got a balance of each. But that way we don't fill up one side with silicon, we don't fill up one side with iron, and we can't get the other important resource because we don't have enough of whatever, right? I don't know, we can always move it around. Well, at least we'll have another farm ready for us when we need it. Intense, please, thank you. Look at that. Now we're doing great on trust. There we go. We got the mushroom walls. Fantastic.
Administrator, analysis of the Protagoras has been completed.
Protagoras.
Frozen, mostly depressurized and out of power, the Protagoras has suffered critical internal and external damage. Sectors 3 and 4 do remain sealed and pressurized.
Okay.
Signs of looting are present throughout the structure, with reports indicating that UN forces attacked, wiping out whatever resistance had been present. They have destroyed and gutted the infrastructure required to generate full jump coordinates. The devices containing the coordinates of Remus have been taken by the Etamanenki. We have received a message from the PA of the Protagoras, Valhalla.
Administrator, part of me remembers you. I am glad to see you and your crew are still alive. And to be carrying Ixion, what an achievement.
I've been studying wrong this whole time.
I can feel it.
No!
The Protagoras, designed to be an ark for what remained of mankind, was attacked by the UN's superstructure, the Etamanenki. Before my last electric breath, I have launched decrionization protocols. With only 2 sectors left, the surplus population will be transferred to the Tycoon. Please help the Protagoras. I have programmed a delayed data transfer that will send across the Etamanenki's self-similar signature once you have guaranteed the integrity of this structure. They plan to reach Remus. Follow their Vol signature, and you will find our new home. What you will do once you reach your destination is only up to you. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Administrator, new mission objectives have been set. To receive the Etamanenki signature, we will need to free the Protagoras from the ice, perform critical repairs, provide resources to support their crew, and via a connection to the Tycoon, reboot the core systems of the Protagoras.
Completely forgot about all this. Completely forgot this was something I had to do. Whoopsies! Well, I have to open up a new sector now because, I have a hell of a lot of people coming on board. I thought I remember that. Yeah, there it is. Amber, you want to journey on out there? What was this, 5? Sector 5 here is just going to be, like, housing people. There's not going to be any need for industry there. There's not going to be any need for, a lot of the science, space stuff. Maybe I'll relocate Cryo over there. But obviously, I also want to build some more solar panels. Because, we're gonna need them. I also just need to do something about the housing here. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is we're going to demolish this center. And we're gonna put it over here. And then I'll put a wall So let's do that. So, let's see. The protagonist has a mystery. We've arrived at site and met the crew of the protagonist. We are welcome like heroes. People crowd around us, reaching out to touch us as if they doubted our existence. Some of the older crew members look on us with skepticism. The crew are weak, tired, and disoriented from cryosleep. They have been traumatized by the horrors they've suffered at the hands of the Etamikani crew. They provided us with a complete diagnostic rundown of their structure. We have now allocated resources and begin repairs. Let's start the repairs first. We'll send a guy from Sector 1, because I don't want to interrupt my stuff in Sector 6, but we're going to also have to launch some more probes to find some more supplies. Well, some silicon over here. Let's do that. Oh, the docking bay is full? Oh. That's a problem. Fix this now. Because we have no water. We have absolutely no water. We are going to die if we don't address this issue right now. There, we have ice for making water again. Whew! I'm glad we noticed that when we did. That could have ended very poorly. Sector 5 just opened up. I just noticed that. Hello, Sector 5. Got a lot of crap in here, don't you? And I believe after Sector 5, there isn't much else we need to do. As far as, you know, opening up more sectors, we definitely can. There's nothing, you know, stopping us from doing that. But I can't really think of anything else I need to really split off. And we gotta remember that splitting off, like, processes is gonna not be ideal because we get bonuses for having specific types in the same area.
An important message from our colonization mission requires your attention.
We complete our studies. And we'll prepare for extraction. I love that you could just sever connections, be like, bye-bye. We're leaving you there. You're on your own. No, bring him back. Bring him back. So once we get these two, then we'll be able to unlock Tier 2 storage, which will be so nice. But obviously right now, it is not that nice. Okay, so we got food, we got polymer, computer chips, alloy, cryo. Don't need any of this other stuff. No one trip over a power plug, alright? We are one tick away from blacking out. So this will give us +2 stability whilst a sector is below 0. Very nice, very powerful. Oh. It was so close to being the perfect spot for it. I could put it here, but I want to put the fire station down before I even think about this thing. I do have space here, but who knows what I put here. But man, if I could have just squeezed it in here. All right, so now we got to plan this out here. So I wasn't kidding when I said this is literally just going to be a sector for people. So we're going to build a couple of these guys. But it's not going to be their primary source of housing. This is basically overflow housing, because we're going to actually have normal houses, because it gives better stability bonus to it, the sector. We're going to give it here... I want to leave a space, so... give him a nice park. Give him 2. We're going to plop this guy down. I'm going to actually need 2 mess halls. Because for the number of people that's going to be in this area, we're absolutely going to need it. So we got 2 mess halls. We're also going to need an infirmary. I think we can get away with 1. Oh, the fire station.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Does the fire station need water? Probably, right? I don't know. That's a good question. See, I've never played with fire trucks. I haven't gone that far, so I don't know if it's like the fire trucks are limited to one sector, So I'm gonna need a fire station in every place, or they could go across multiple sectors. Do I need water in the sector that the fire truck station's in? I just don't know. Now let's get the cryo centers. Here and here. Okay. What is this? What the hell? What the hell? That's a bug. Can't do that. Wait, really? Is it? Oh, is that corner? No, it's just this sector. That is so weird. So here's where we're gonna have a lot of like building and replanning. Cryo, Sector 5, all of it, none from you guys. So fire stations only cover sector, great.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
I think I'll leave the rest of the space alone. Well, anyway, while we wait for people to arrive. The others, as they call themselves, have told us their story, yada yada yada. 2 members have been lost. Okay, cool. Oh, I have to be in proximity. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to pack up ship and move. Everyone's gonna be real upset about it, but hey. Time to move. Goodbye, random planet I was around for a while. This is gonna take a hot minute. We're almost there, guys. Did we see the planet? No. What just happened? Oh, cutscene. There it is. Protagus.
Power supply overloaded.
We have a blackout, mainly
Power
because
restored.
our solar panels are damaged, that's why. Alright, we have arrived at the sector. I need a pole. That's the pole I need. There it is. So we've queued up the retractable telescopic pole. To build that, then we can get people aboard and we'll just shove them all into Sector 5. So the problem we're having now is we're producing enough food, but it's taking forever for our food deliveries to transport everything. What I need is a second storage for food. So we have more trucks being able to transport it across. What I honestly need is the effing railways. These guys. Never mind. That's crew. What about... Ah, here it is. This is what I need. I need the drone bay. Sector 5 is now specialized in population rank 1. Let's take a look at what that means. Mess halls can feed twice as many crew members per cycle. Oh, pretty good. So batteries last 20% longer in the industrial tier 1, which is pretty stupid, but whatever. Food tier 1. Food production buildings require 10% less water. Buildings produce 30% more waste. And then space tier 2. Oh, that's my first tier 2. Docking bays load and unload resources 30% faster. Hull repair is 10% more efficient. Probes and ships are assembled 30% faster. Hull is 20% more efficient. Hull repair, that is. That's pretty good.
The team has completed a task.
Okay. Transfer 250 members from Proteus to Tycoon. Thank you. To Sector 5. Let's do the non-workers first.
Administrator, the Protagoras is reactivated and operational. We have received the Etamanenki's full signature. Act with caution when facing this UN superstructure. We are ready to follow to reach Remus. Nothing is holding us back. Available to mine.
All right. We're ready to leave the system, but I'm probably going to do it after the population's been transferred. A little bit of funky stuff. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt Jump initiation.
All right, let's get the hell out of this system. So from here on out, this is all new to me. I know a little bit. I got like, I don't know, 20% through chapter 3. But this will be interesting to see. Of course, I did it when feeding cycle happened, so no one is eating. No, we did. We just did it very quickly. Because we were literally right next door, so the transport chips just went boop, 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 done. All right. Next jump, let's go. It's always weird that there's no sound, like, no sound effects of any kind. Here we are at the UN mothership graveyard. Now, no one's gonna like this, being surrounded by so many dead bodies. If I remember correctly.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Expected irreversible damage to the Tycoon detected. We have not reached the exoplanet Remus. Tycoon primary sensors are picking up vast amounts of debris. Act with caution, Administrator. We must reach Remus.
First things first, let's get the resource probes out. Resource. First. Okay. Heisenberg, please come on out and do your thing.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
I just want to check that all of our solar panels are good. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Okay, initial reports indicate that we have found the wreckage of the Etamanenki's command center. The UN ship appears to have been attacked. Although the command center of the I'm just going to call it E just for brief sakes, of E is heavily armored, the structure has suffered a terrible bombardment. It appears as if something sliced through the larger superstructure of the E. This must have dislodged the center and separated it from the rest of the ship. Numerous pieces of debris and corpses float around the ruin. We have located a breach within the armor plating that should allow us to get inside. Alright, so now we're gonna put workers in Sector 2. Sector 5, you're always gonna get non-workers. The reason I'm putting people in Sector 2 right now is because I need the people there. A sector has converted to the cult of the Hull. This is a positive impact on morale of the crew. The converts are waiting to hear your opinion of their worship. Sectifying the Tycoon and his facilities does not directly violate any Dolus directives. Let's suppress the cult. That's not... We are its... That's not a good idea. Please, let's not do that. Thank you.
A probe has completed its scan.
That is not good. We don't like cults. Cult's bad. Here's a giant storm, by the way.
Transfer complete. A science ship team has
The frozen
completed a
rooms
task.
through which the Heisenberg team have had to navigate are from a nightmare. Projectile damage covers most surfaces, and they are signs of electrical fires having raged throughout the corridors. This is not to discount the ever-present grim sight of several corpses. Upon entering the bridge, the team discovered the bodies of the command-in-chief and other officers. It appears they took their own lives. We have retrieved the Remus data. The Tycoon should be kept in close proximity to the command center. This will allow the Heisenberg's team to use the station's power via the retractable telescopic pull and access the center's terminals. Alright, recover the coordinates of the exoplanet.